Hey everyone, it's Nicole again. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys last, but something crazy happened. I had a proctocolectomy recently, just 3 weeks ago, a little over 3 weeks ago on November 16th. So I wanted to make a video and catch you guys up and let you know that's why I was gone for so long. I did write down a few questions that you may have and stuff that I wanted to answer for you. Why did I have a proctocolectomy? So basically, I had all of this removed. This was a pillow I got from Mayo Clinic when I had surgery there, and I really liked it because it made it easy for me to explain to like family or friends what I was having done, because I'm pretty open with it. But basically, I had all of my colon and my rectum removed. I've had colon resections before in the past because I've had redundancy and I've had rectal prolapse. So I've had that like twice, 2 times in the past. So what kind of triggered this whole thing? I wasn't planning on having surgery at this time. It kind of all happened in like October, beginning of October. I actually started to get rectal prolapse again, and I still have an ostomy, so that was kind of crazy. It kind of caught me off guard. I was really frustrated with the fact that that was happening and contacted my surgeon, ended up meeting with him, and he's been great, but he basically said, it was kind of up to me what I wanted to do next, but if he did fix the rectal prolapse, he could, but it'll likely come back again. And the last time he fixed it, he sutured it to a lot of different organs and structures in my pelvis where it was pulling on it and I could feel it and it was causing a lot of pain. So late October, I saw him and he gave me the decision of what to do, and it took me a while to get to the point, but I wrote down a pros and cons list of what would be the best for me to do and ended up deciding that a proctocolectomy would be the best thing for me. I know that a J pouch works great for some people, but I do have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and I have loose connective tissue, which is very vague, but I have organ prolapses a lot, and chances are if I had a J pouch, that would prolapse too, and that would just be awful. So as I said, the actual surgery was on November 16th. I didn't really know what to expect because I couldn't really find anything online about the procedure itself, like recovery time and stuff, since it's done in so many ways. I think for me, he removed my colon, rectum, anus, all those muscles around there and nerves. So everything was removed and that hole was basically closed. And I have a scar probably around like this big, like running up my butt, stitched together. So I couldn't really find anything in particular to tell me what to expect, but he told me probably 3 to 5 days in the hospital, then I'll go home. So I had surgery on the 16th. Everything went well. It took, I want to say like 3.5, 4 hours. I had it later in the day. I woke up with a JP drain. I didn't know whether I should expect that or not, but I realized it does help with pain afterwards, at least for me with like fluid collection. So I woke up with a drain. The ostomy, he did not touch the ostomy for the surgery because I have had so many issues with the ostomy in the past, and recently it's been really good and behaving. So he didn't want to screw things up, and that was a good idea. So instead, he ended up I did have an end loop ileostomy. So I did have a small, very small hole that I've showed you before in videos, and I'll show you again. But basically, he just made like a little pouch with my intestine on the inside because I did have some after the ostomy site. That way, he didn't have to revise the stoma and there wouldn't be issues. Afterwards, I woke up with a new bag on, and I have been using Hollister products, so I would be used to it. I know that's what the nurses are most comfortable with in the hospital, at least around me. And then I also had the drain on the left side, and then 4 different ports, incision ports for the instruments. And then I also had the C-section scar, which is like that big-ish. And then I had the butt incision. I don't even know what else to call it because it's not rectal. It's my butt. So it's like that big. It's pretty long, and I didn't expect it. It's like pretty like thick too. Like I'm not a big fan, but that's how it's done. It's supposed to go down and everything was swelling. I was in the hospital for 5 days. I was there Monday. I had surgery, and I left Friday afternoon, Friday night-ish. I did go home with a PICC line and with a drain. The drain was draining so much fluid that they wanted me to keep it. So that was the first time I've been home with that, and it was a little annoying at times, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. I had to measure my output from my ostomy. The reason I had the PICC line is because my ostomy had so much output that I couldn't make up for it and would become dehydrated, which has happened before. I've had a PICC line before, but it was a little unusual this time because he didn't touch the stoma, but the stoma swelled and totally reacted. And he said it could happen, every time you touch the bowel, it's all connected. So I went home with the PICC line, the drain. I would just empty my bag into one of those like cylinders, like triangle cylinder things. And I would empty the drain bulb into a little like, it looks like a urine sample thing. I should know the name, but I don't. And then I'd measure both and get back to him on how it's doing. While I was in the shower, I didn't realize how it would be a little bit difficult with the drain. I wasn't used to that. So, but I safety pinned the drain to the little belt loop on the ostomy bag. So I had to be careful around the bag with a needle, but it worked out totally fine. And then it didn't fall or pull or anything. So that was actually to my advantage that time. Unfortunately, I did end up back in the hospital on the Sunday. So I left on Friday, ended up back there on Sunday in excruciating pain. I knew the butt pain would be really bad, but I didn't realize it would be that bad. I was in the ICU for 2 days and then in a regular hospital room, and even in the ICU, like I wanted to walk. So they walked me around as much as possible. I think it was because my butt just hurt so bad I didn't want to lay on it, and I would either be on my left side or my right side, but then I had so much like carbon dioxide in my body and like my shoulders would hurt like from surgery. So standing or walking around was the best. I was in the ICU though because my heart rate was super high after surgery. It was around like the 120s and it would not really go down. I was just laying there, like I wasn't even doing anything. So that was a reason why I had to be there for a little bit, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I had a Foley catheter too. I forgot. I had a Foley catheter that I woke up with, and I kept that till I think the Friday. I thought it would hurt a lot if I would pee, and it would obviously like touch the scar and everything. But it ended up being fine.